In this episode of Turf Toe Show, we talk about Aaron Rodgers going on IR. We also talk about Jacoby Brissett for some reason. He came up.
He comes up a lot.
And then we also talk about Jimmy G, if he's worth keeping or trading for Kirk Cousins. So stay tuned. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Turf Toe Show, presented by turftoeshow.com.
Turf Toe Show.
TTS.
And in this holiday season,
Merry Christmas.
happy holidays, happy Hanukkah.
Happy solstice.
Today's the second day of Kwanzaa.
What's the Saturnalia? Is that what people do? I've heard. I don't even know what that is, but I heard people saying it. And
Saturn's a planet. I don't know what you're talking about.
I just know
You can worship a planet, sir.
Hey, what's the one with the Krampus? Is that still Christmas or?
Isn't that like a German thing?
Yeah. I mean, we're trying to be inclusive for everybody nowadays. You can't say nothing
I
about
need to
anybody.
find that out. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, we hope you didn't know. If you're gonna drink and drive, don't.
If you're gonna drink and drive, don't.
Yeah. So if that
So
thought
just-
came in your head, it's like, oh, I'm gonna drink, but I'm also gonna drive. Don't. There's too many things out there like Uber,
And
Lyft, and the police.
And water.
Bus.
And a bus.
There's a bus system.
First of
down
all,
here.
I ain't taking a bus. If I'm drunk, I ain't taking a
You
bus.
gonna black out with no wallet, no phone.
I will walk.
Yeah, you would get robbed.
How you too bougie to take a bus, man?
Bro,
Hop on that bus.
You would get robbed.
Hop on that
You-
bus. Pay your 75
Nah,
cents.
quick story before we get started. So I was in Baltimore and I was hanging out with my sister. She took me down to the Lightning District, which is like this is for Baltimore. It's like kind of like 17th Street and Bourbon Street for like all the different places. So it's all these different bars got plastered. And she was like, "All right, we're about to make the 5-mile trek home." I'm like, "No,
Negative.
I can't walk that far." So then we find some random bus, and we were on that bus for an hour until we finally got back to the house. I'm like, I should have just walked. Like,
Wow.
I don't know.
But see, you didn't have to walk though. That's how bus service works. You got to.
Yeah, but if you would have blacked out,
you'll eventually get there.
Bro, I think the bus driver got sad for us and was like, I'm just gonna drop you off at the house.
This ain't even my route. I'm just
right. I'm just gonna drop y'all off. Yeah,
I'm ready to go home. But I'm Mike Floyd, and I'm loyal to my teams, unlike James Harrison.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on. Did Mike Floyd just say he was? Who are you rooting for this week?
The Ravens.
Oh, okay. This is the second week of the season.
Oh yeah, I've been rooting for them the whole time. What are you talking about? The helmet's still
This
behind
dude,
you.
like the Homer Simpson meme.
Right, he's coming back out of the
Back out
bushes
the
right now. And Stephen Harris.
Not in the playoffs.
Still been repping my team all year.
Not in the playoffs.
The Denver Broncos.
Not in the playoffs.
Paxton Lynch, ride or
Those
die.
ain't technically in the playoffs yet either.
The Ravens are in the playoffs.
No, we're in the hunt. They're wild card right
Yeah.
now.
It's still in the playoffs. Technically, that's playoffs.
There's still ways they can not be in.
No. Unless they're clinched, they ain't in the playoffs. If there's still a scenario,
do you even have a
if
chance
there's-
to clinch? Do you have a chance to even get the playoffs?
I'm sure I can find online some
No,
random.
yeah, there's a way.
Everybody loses and dies.
Yeah. Asteroid hits the earth. Ain't no playoffs. No, man. What's up, guys? This is Glow Man feeling kind of low, man, because my team got shut out in Lambeau for the first time in quite a while.
Yeah.
That usually doesn't happen, especially in December. But when you got Bum Man Bunley,
Buntley.
You know what?
Bunley, whatever. You can't score a point, homie.
You know what the problem was? It's because they sat him last week. They broke his streak.
No.
His hot hand got
There
cooled
wasn't no
off.
streak against the Minnesota. Man, he would have. If Aaron Rodgers threw 3 interceptions on the Panthers, bro,
Yeah, he was
let's be
gonna have
for
a
real.
problem. He was gonna have a problem. He was gonna
That's
have
why
a
he was
problem.
like, you know what? Let me just check down all game long.
So, speaking of the Packers,
Packers.
is it a little bad sportsmanship that after the loss, after the Packers are eliminated from the playoffs, that Aaron Rodgers all of a sudden plays back on IR?
Well, here's the technicalities behind that.
Okay.
First and foremost, the rule that is a true rule that put him on IR and you take him off and put him on IR with no new injury. I mean that like I guess not the tradition, but like the rule of thumb would be you got to release that player.
It's not a rule of thumb. That's the actual rule.
That's the rule. But when it's superstars, no, it's not gonna work that way. He's not being released. That's why that's why they're unnamed teams. The only team I think that was really upset was the Jags because they won them. Because obviously the trash man ain't gonna do it. But that's not. They're not releasing like probably the most talented quarterback in the NFL.
But I mean, if they're
won't-
gonna have rules,
But here's the thing, though. What did they put him on IR for? Because there was no listing. They didn't say why.
Well, they have to say why though.
But they didn't. So technically, you can say, they can say, okay, he hurt his ankle, okay, he hurt his foot, his thumb, he was sore. Like they can put him back on IR.
But can you put someone on IR for being sore?
I mean, it's injury reserve, man.
Yeah, an injury.
It's an injury. I mean, it is.
He was sacked. Technical term for it.
He was sacked. You can argue say, well, he threw 3 interceptions in one game when he hadn't done that all season. He hadn't done that last season for like the first 7 games.
Well, he also sat out for 8 weeks. So.
Pretty much the entire
but the last year, I'm still saying the first 7 weeks, 3 picks. I don't think any other quarterback did that. Just saying.
True.
But it may be Brady, maybe. But anyway. No, I mean, they didn't list the reason. So technically, and I don't think the NFL is going to really enforce that because it wasn't like they said, okay, it's collarbone again just because they're room for the playoffs. It's like, it makes sense. They could have just said, we're not going to play him.
They could have just sat him.
They could have just sat him, but they put him back on IR. I mean, hey. I really don't know why management did that when they could have just been like, hey, you're not playing. Like, why?
But I think the main problem is a lot of these guys are saying, like, this sets a new standard because why are you giving the Packers the ability not to have to release them? But if we do it, y'all can make us release them.
Technically, they didn't list the reason. I mean, sometimes you hang yourself sometimes. So
yeah.
if they'd have been like, yo, it's a collarbone, so we put them back on IR, then they're kind of in a tight position. But they didn't list the reason.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they can say whatever they want. So, I don't really see this being
And they still haven't said anything as of 3 days ago.
Yep. So, I don't really see there being a problem, and I don't think they don't have a case here. That's why a lot of teams are like, well, we know even if we push a case, it's not going to happen.
But they could push a case and something could happen.
They could,
I mean,
but
I'm not saying Rodgers would be released, but something.
It'll probably be brought up during the rules committee.
Yeah, they can bring it up and be like, okay, now it's like with everything else, they start bringing something up because it's happened. So now this situation, they'll be like, all right,
we call it the Rodgers rule.
I would also be pissed though because like, okay, so obviously a rule was broken, but there's no consequence for it.
But it technically wasn't broken because you can find loopholes like everything else.
Well, at the moment, since they haven't done anything,
they can say
really
his ankle, his toe. Like, they really don't. I mean, they really could say whatever reason they want.
But they haven't though.
They haven't.
That's the problem.
That's not the problem. He's still on IR.
That is the problem though. That is exactly the problem. So, if he was placed on IR with an injury that was put out there, like that makes sense. He's hurt. But just placing him back on IR and what right now just seems like because the team was eliminated from the playoffs and he had a good bad game.
Good bad game.
He did. I mean, he put 300 yards on the Panthers with 3 touchdowns on the Panthers, and Panthers defense is no joke. Yeah. And he threw 3 picks. Some of those 2, I think one of those was his, was truly his. No, 2 of those were truly his, and one was not. Yeah. And then those fumbles. I mean,
he still gave
they had a fighting chance, but 5 turnovers and you only lose by no. Panthers were nervous. Panthers were definitely nervous.
Well, that's the Panthers because they suck.
No, they
they don't suck, but Cam Newton gets right.
Cam Newton is, they almost lost the Bucks, my man. It's like, Newton. Really? But no, I think that because they didn't, I mean, no one's fighting for them to push a reason. I'm pretty sure that's where I think there has been there has been players, athletes that have been put on IR with no legitimate reason. I mean, maybe there's a grace period. I'm not sure how that works, but maybe there's a 10-day grace period where you're going to be on IR, but we're going to figure out what exactly is wrong with you before we put it out. They could do that.
Okay, but then just say he's injured. And then he's not going to play, and then find out the reason, then put him on IR. Because that's usually what happens, though.
Yeah, but maybe they're like, okay, we already know, we just want to confirm it, then we put you on IR anyway.
Usually what happens, like, okay, say, like, I'm in a game, I bust my knee, I'm questionable or doubtful to return to the game. Then after the game, they do MRIs, X-rays, all that stuff. Then maybe 3 or 4 days later, then I'm placed on IR with a knee injury because they actually found out what the hell the problem is. Not just like, oh, okay, you're on IR after the game.
The thing is, either way, they knew that. And the team knew, the NFL knew Rodgers wasn't going to play. I mean, why they put him on IR, I really don't know. Yeah. That's management, really, but they don't have a strong enough argument to say, okay, well, why is he not being released? Because you guys didn't explain why you put him on IR right away.
It's like y'all need to mention the reason why, bro.
Yeah, you need to mention the reason why right away. And maybe they may change that rule. Now you put him on IR, you got to have the reason specified right then and there.
Yeah, right. Like, now people just
that may change that
on IR.
Yeah, people's gonna be because when you put them on IR, now you gotta wait.
You gotta wait. Yeah.
So that's why people are real reluctant to do that, depending on their injury.
Right.
So, I mean, maybe they knew like, oh, he's not playing anymore. IR, fine. But I feel like it won't be. That's not gonna be a strong enough argument. They may change, but Rodgers ain't going nowhere. At least.
Nobody expects him to get released, but
I do.
I expect I expect them to probably find the Packers organization for.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Realistically, that's probably what's gonna happen.
And then they're gonna probably go with the rules committee beginning of the season and be like, look, if you do put somebody on IR, like you just said, you better specify exactly what the hell's wrong with this person.
And that's a legitimate complaint.
Right.
But yeah,
So going from injuries to RoboCop, James Harrison, he was released by the Steelers on Sunday, signed with the Patriots on Tuesday.
Yep.
And a lot of Steelers fans are mad about this.
They should be mad at the Steelers for
letting him go.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to, because everybody's like, oh, he's gonna go over there and tell our secrets and all that something like, but y'all released him literally one game left of the season.
Right. And in the middle of a playoff push.
Yeah.
I think they didn't want to pay him.
He's owed
That's probably what
like $500,000, something like that. It's something real low.
Whack.
So the Patriots barely even got to pay him. But my thing is, he wasn't really playing anyway. I don't think he's actually really taking that many snaps this year. And it's like, y'all, what are y'all mad about? He's not going to really do much for the Patriots.
What?
What has he done for the past 2 years?
He's going to play
he's going to play some big
against the
downs.
Steelers. And he's going to, man, that is what they need. Man, they've had a lot of injuries. New England's the Alabama of the NFL for more than one reason. But especially this reason, they're light on linebackers right now.
I'll give you that. They are light on linebackers.
I feel like putting him there is one, he's going to know how to beat that running game. He's going to make Ben have to throw it. I mean, that really ain't a problem. But I mean, you think they're not going to take away Antonio Brown? Come on now. I mean, they took him away in the first time they played him, even though with an injury. But no, I think that he is going to put a lot of pressure on the Steelers to really perform.
Bro, he's played 5 games this year.
That's okay. They got their linebacker.
He has 3 tackles.
He was supposed to retire with the Steelers. That's what I.
Well, like
Right,
2 years
wasn't.
ago, right?
No,
Because he went to the Bengals for
I think-
a while and then came back to the.
He's a veteran. He's real savvy. He can educate. He's an educator there. I think he was there just to guide the new guys along.
Right,
but
to
now,
be that veteran guy and try to get everybody
he got it
built
left
up.
in him, and he's pissed that they did that.
I mean, I'll be pissed too. Like,
So-
it doesn't make any sense to let this guy go the
To
last
the-
game of the season.
And then you
Right.
give it to your guys who you're gonna see in the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
That's the game he's gonna play.
Because I read an article, they were talking about Mike Tomlin. No, it wasn't Mike Tomlin that said it, but it was like a source within the organization. They said when they released him, they didn't expect anybody to sign him, and they were going to re-sign him back at a lower price. And it was just like, okay. And then but you got Bill Belichick wearing his, dark city
as
of
long
hood.
as he is in the NFL, I would never ever know. Like that's like putting Le'Veon Bell on the waiver wire.
Yeah, it's like, what are you
Because
doing?
need a kicker for the week. Like, get the you know what I'm saying? What are you doing?
And did the Steelers even pick up anybody to like replace him, or they just?
Honestly, that won't.
I
If that
don't
was the
think
case,
so.
that wouldn't even make any news because,
Yeah, like who's going to replace him?
like, no, that guy, man, that was not a smart move.
But my thing is, I can kind of see what they're going for because he wasn't doing anything. Every time I saw him, he was my bad. Every time I saw him, he was on the sideline just standing there with his shirt off.
But the knowledge he brings,
I mean-
man, like that really carries a lot of weight.
If anything, they need somebody to replace Ryan Shazier. I mean,
Which I thought he would have done, but I mean, he can still fill that hole, man. He still got a little. I mean, if they can make a Super Bowl run, he would definitely have been. He could show up when necessary.
with his 3 tackles all year.
Man, they ain't running into him. What you mean? They ain't running into his gap, bro.
Because he
Like-
wasn't on the field, so he can't run off the field into his
Nah,
gap.
he played some games, but I mean, he could have had more tackles if they ran it his way. But honestly, why would you do that? You know that hole's not gonna be there.
Because it wasn't there because he wasn't on the field.
I can't.
I mean,
I mean, they won, and out of the 5 games he played in, they won 4. So they're 4-1 with him.
well,
So
who's
All I'm saying is,
one
watch.
reason for them winning wasn't him.
He's
It's
gonna-
probably
He had-
Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell.
he had
and
a sack.
Juju.
He had a sack and 3 tackles in that close game against Kansas City in Week 6.
Oh wow,
Yo, they really think
The
like,
difference maker.
yeah.
no, there's
Yeah.
people shy away from those stars. They do. That's called strategy, Floyd, and they do that. So
I
you
hope
know-
the Steelers run right at him the entire game.
All right.
Right at him. I hope Le'Veon Bell's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I want to get you every day in practice. He's used on practice squad. I'm
They-
about to hit you right in the mouth.
They picked him up, and he's there using him in the AFC Championship game. That's probably it.
His old
you know what?
39-year-old self ain't gonna do nothing.
They probably are going to run right at him, but Belichick's gonna be like, nope, shut you down. 'Cause that's what they do. They shut down 1 or 2.
You either shut down Bill or shut down Brown.
Yeah.
And I'd rather risk it in the air.
Now I would like to see him hit Ben Roethlisberger like one good time and just like lay him out completely. And just
That'd
stand
cause
on
a riot,
take
man.
that fire.
Yeah, but no, I think that they're going to use him for that AFC Championship game because those are 2 teams that are going to be in there. Jacksonville ain't going to be there.
No.
Titans ain't going to be there.
Baltimore.
No. Baltimore ain't going to be there.
Baltimore, baby.
Baltimore ain't going to be there. You
Guaranteed.
can never rule them out because you never know with Flacco, but this year I'm not that
Who are
confident.
the receivers for Baltimore?
Exactly.
Who are the
What's up?
receivers that year we beat you?
Jesus
Jacoby
Christ.
Jones.
Shots fired. Bow, 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 bow.
Yeah, I don't know. This is not. I'm not sure how. I don't know.
Just accept it that the Baltimore was about to get their third Super Bowl ring. I mean,
Get the fuck out of
They
here.
would be like a 5th seed, bro.
we were last time, and the time before that,
So you would play the 6th seed. So you would end up playing what?
the Chiefs.
Oof.
It's Alex Smith.
With that speed, bro,
He crumbles under pressure every time. When the
Baltimore's
game is
not-
actually on the line, he
He
crumbles.
I mean, well, no, because he almost. If it wasn't for the refs, he would have beat the Steelers last year. So I mean, you can say what you want to say about that, but Baltimore is not built for speed. They're built for power, and there is no power on that Kansas City Chiefs team. That is all speed. That you guys would lose that. I would rather you guys play the Titans.
Nah, I'd rather not play the Titans. They beat us pretty bad this year. It's like I take my chances with that speed. Well, I don't know. DeMarco Murray's hurt now, so
Which means you got the power with Henry. So you guys can match up against that.
So going from the East Coast to the West Coast, Jimmy G for the 49ers. Do you think the 49ers have finally found a quarterback?
Yes.
Or are they going to be stupid and let him go and try to sign Kirk Cousins?
Oof. I would. Oof. That actually
They got the money in the cap space to give him a good contract.
to
They
get
got-
G
No,
to
Cousins.
Cousins.
But
And
would
they
you
got-
take Cousins over Jimmy
Yes,
G right now?
I would
Yeah,
actually.
I would.
Yes.
He's got experience. He's got experience with Kyle Shanahan. That's his old coach,
Okay.
his old offensive coordinator. They like each other. I mean, there's a lot of good pieces for Kirk Cousins to be there. And if it wasn't for the fact that he's been franchised the last couple of years in Washington, he probably would have been there already.
Yeah.
I would definitely take that. I would.
But Jimmy Garoppolo is 6-0 as a starter.
That's okay. Trade bait. Either make the Pats take him back, or give him to Jacksonville.
Right. I could see him somehow end up back on the Patriots. Just
Well, that's if-
how they do shit.
I mean, that's if Belichick plans on staying a little bit.
Right.
No, I think like you told me earlier before we
Yeah.
started recording, Belichick's on his way out.
If Belichick's on his way out, because he's. I mean, what is he doing? Like, you gave up Brissett and you have two backups that are
Wait,
starting.
hold on. Belichick's on his way out.
You would think he gave up.
Why would Belichick?
It's the same thing he did
Belichick
with the
gave
Jets.
up. Who's their quarterback if Brady goes down? I don't even know.
Doesn't matter.
Brian
Exactly.
Hoyer. It's Brian Hoyer right now.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
Super bum man.
But
the Brian
first
Hoyer
off-
from the Bears. Anyway, let's not talk about that.
Brady ain't leaving
Brady can get hurt. Brady's
got
a
like 2
human.
years.
though. Okay, yeah, he can get hurt, but he ain't leaving.
He ain't gonna
He's
go.
got a good another, I'd
I'm-
say 2-3 years.
Okay, and when
2-3
he
years.
goes, but I feel like
I don't
Belichick.
think
I was
Belichick's gonna go.
watching this on the herd. Belichick cares about his legacy, and Belichick didn't
Okay.
want to get rid of G. Belichick wanted to keep G. Kraft was like, "No, man, Brady's my buddy. We get rid of G. Like, you already got rid of Brissett. Like, why are you getting rid of you getting rid of backups that are starting at other teams?
Mhm.
Like, and they're doing. Well, Brissett's a bum, but G is doing well. So, I mean, like, you have no quarterback. Brady goes down, you have no one.
But they can get somebody. And
They can get somebody put in that system, but versus someone who's been there 4 years, I mean, really, why would you just give them to the 49ers like that for a second round
I'm
pick?
just saying that's what they do, though. They find guys to fill in the spots that they need.
Where's
to
my
fill
thing though? So with that second round pick though, do you think all those quarterbacks that are coming out of college right now are all going to be taken in the first round?
Yes. I mean, who? Allen? Yes. If one does it, it would be Allen. Someone's going to take a chance on Mayfield. I really don't think they should, but someone's going to take a chance on him.
The Browns.
No,
The Browns going to take Rosen, right?
I would rather them take Darnold, to be honest.
Sandor, which one is he? The
He should be the second.
is it UCLA or USC? I can't
He's
remember.
USC.
USC.
Yeah,
Okay.
Rosen is UCLA. Rosen has tangibles, but I think Darnold has a higher growth, higher ceiling. And I mean, I don't like Rosen. Rosen's delicate. Like I think he'll be hurt, and that's not. Nope. I mean, even though Browns have tons of quarterbacks, but if he does go down, they'll have someone else who can fill in and still lose games for them.
Yeah.
But but no, I think Belichick will bounce, man. Because I think Belichick want to do it without Brady, so no one can say, "Oh, well, you only did it with him because you had the best quarterback ever."
That's what I mean. That's why I don't think he would leave.
Didn't he have what's his face before that?
Who?
It was Bledsoe.
Yeah.
Weren't they doing damage with Bledsoe before they got Brady?
Yeah,
I don't think he won a Super Bowl with him, but I mean he was doing damage with
but
him.
all the Super Bowls are with one guy, and Garoppolo was their future. And Kraft is like, "No, we're not getting rid of getting rid of Brady. Why not trade Brady? People would eat that up to take Brady." And then
Eat that ass up.
Man, they would never trade Brady.
I mean, I don't.
There's probably some like hidden rule in the NFL that you can't trade. Like,
no, I'm just saying because Brady anywhere else, no, Brady's staying. But because it's the Pats and they will let you go. Like, I mean, right, thanks for the memories, my man. But no, bro. And so I really think if Kraft is gonna start getting in the way of what Belichick's trying to do, I think Belichick will be like, all right, man, I'll just bounce then. I won't go to another team, but I'll just bounce. Just like with Saban. Saban's like, yo, you start trying to tell me what to do, and I'm just gonna go somewhere else and win a championship.
I mean, I guess we'll see. Like I said, I just don't think he would just bounce like that. Like just like.
But he's setting the Pats up. He's setting the Pats up for failure. Like the Pats need a quarterback. I mean, without Brady, like, it just don't. It doesn't look good for, especially when you get rid of your other two best players.
No, yeah, they do need a quarterback. But
so I don't know. I just feel like that's just me, man. But I mean, if they be smart to use him as trade bait and get Cousins. Cousins is a bit more seasoned, and I would get something for G, something major, but don't send him nowhere where you're gonna need to. Don't send him anywhere in the NFC, please. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Just send him to Jags.
Well, NFC wise, I mean, only one I can see because the Chiefs got what's his face, Mahomes. Yeah. They're trying to bring him up. The Cardinals, might.
He could still be in the same red playing for the Bucks because Winston needs to.
I can see that.
Winston ain't doing nothing.
Winston needs to be a second string quarterback.
I can see the Cardinals. I can even see Buffalo trying to make for the AFC. I can see they're making a play for him because what's his face ain't doing nothing for him. What's one? Tyrod Taylor? No, but
Tyrod and Peterman.
Yeah, no, Peterman is. That is just such a funny situation.
Who's the backup for Phillip Rivers?
Oof, I don't know. We don't really need him. No, who is it?
I don't know. It's getting close to Phillip Rivers time to him in.
That's why they need to draft, but they keep wanting to get that Super Bowl, so they keep trying to win games and they won't tank.
Because I'm looking at this one guy's little draft lineup off of WalterFootball.com. I don't even know who this guy is. But he's saying that he thinks Josh Rosen is going to go to the Cleveland Browns.
I really hope not.
Lamar Jackson is going to go to the Giants. Saquon Barkley to the Colts.
Kellen Clemens or Phillip Rivers back.
Why does that name sound familiar?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That sounds familiar, actually. I wonder where he came
drafted
out. Oregon, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's old. He came out a long time ago.
Yeah, I was like
10 years.
Drafted by the Jets.
Yeah, that's got to be a real good
That's
kid.
why he was with the Jets for a while. That's why I remember that name.
Yeah, he's been out there. Wow, I didn't know Cardell Jones was on the Chargers.
So, speaking of drafting and everything else, how's y'all's fantasy football season?
The best I did was third place in one league for money, except third place doesn't get money, so basically lost.
Wait, what?
Basically, yeah.
What kind of league are you in, man?
It's high stakes, son. High stakes.
High stakes.
Nah, I would have got out of that league a long time ago. It's like me in third place, not getting money. Nah, pimp. That's like I was in one league like a couple years ago where only first place got the money, and I was like,
"Yeah, man, it's for the high rollers, man. You gotta it's cutthroat."
Nah, my leagues, it's just little things, like chains. That did cost me. That cost me, and I kind of. Crabtree's really been real consistent. He's always been healthy. He just can't stop being an idiot. And so I really I didn't have that much depth in my receivers. I had a decent receiver, but I didn't trust him as much as I trusted him. And he leads the league. He led the league last year in fantasy with the most touchdowns.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even think it. But now Carr's falling off now, so.
I think that injuries messed up Carr. Like I said, when he got that back injury, man, he's going to turn into another Tony Romo. Straight up.
Yep.
He came back. There's no way he should have come back after a week after that back injury. At least give it a little bit of time.
Yeah. Nah, he
they were so retarded for letting him come back, man.
But Crabtree cost me that game, which ultimately knocked me out of the playoffs. Because I would have had one game up on Floyd, even though he beat me. And then the very next week, I put up more points than any person in the playoffs. No matter who I would have played, I would have won. And that's really disappointing.
Yeah.
And then the other league, I was doing well in the playoffs. I got to make it to the playoffs, top 4. And then Kamara got hurt first quarter, only got me 5 points. And I lost by 7 points. And I know he would have got me more than 12 points in that game. So.
You know what's worse than that is
the 0.6.
In Floyd's league, yeah. Not just that game, the 0.6 game. There were multiple games where I lost between 1.5 and 0.6 points. That little margin, man. It was like 4 games that came down to just barely any points like that. Against Voorhees, I would have beat Voorhees. I went into Monday because he had all the Chiefs players. I went into Monday up by 40 points. And he had Hunt and Kelsey. And
then Hunt went Hunt went off.
Yeah,
had like 28 points.
I still only lost by like 1.3 points. Like, fuck me.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
That's just
signaled the downward spiral of my fantasy football season.
Yeah, that's really frustrating how like it can really switch up on you like that off just like that. With me, had they went to overtime, had he not missed that kick, I would have lost.
Yeah, that was a
like
problem. All they had to do was make a field goal.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I was watching a recap of that.
Making me even more.
Yeah, I know that's fun for you. I mean, I was watching a recap of a Alabama and Michigan game from the Orange Bowl from 2000. And
bro, why are you watching a 17-year-old game?
I mean, ESPN Classics, man. I was off yesterday.
I'm not. This is probably all grainy. Like the picture looked all bad.
Oh, but before you go on your story, isn't it crazy? Like how like you see like the recast of games like that, and it looks like it's fucking old as shit
I feel
because
like
the definition's all low. Yeah,
no, because I was watching a game 2012 and it kind of looked kind of like
2012. You know, it's only 5 years ago,
but they make it look like it's because it's ESPN Classic. I'm like, it's a classic 5 years ago.
You think
like,
they put a filter on it?
Maybe, bro.
Nah. Like if you actually look at the recording equipment from back in then, it was bad.
I mean, in 2000, yeah, but 2012 it shouldn't be.
2012. I mean,
they made it look like I'm like.
Well, actually, no, man, because we didn't have 720p back then either.
In 2012?
What?
No. We barely got that stuff in like 2013, man.
Maybe that's why it looks like that. Because it looked like I'm like, what, was this like 2004? And it was like no, 2012. I'm like, oh, okay. But
because the thing like was because Ravens went to the Super Bowl in 2012, right?
The who?
Ravens went to the Super Bowl in 2012, right?
The Raiders.
Ravens.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember watching that game. It looked kind of shitty. So
maybe.
And I remember because 4Ks were coming out like 2 years left of that, and they were like $8,000.
Yeah.
Because I think 1080 like kind of took the world around like 2013 around that time, man.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, so, I'm just saying it looked old, but
anyway,
unless you was in Buffalo Wild Wings with them expensive ass TVs.
Yeah.
But now for what almost killed me this year was injuries. Like Allen Robinson went down the first week on the first catch. In the first game.
Like, really? Like, that's just...
And I was like, my season's tanked. Like, right then, I was like, I'm done. No, I got lucky when nobody picked up any of the Philly players. And I just snatched them all up.
Yeah, that was smart.
Lucky.
That and then injuries this season, I feel like next season is not going to be like this.
No.
I feel like you're going to have to draft well next year. Like, this year, waiver wire was clutcher than Ever's team.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, people were going down. Like, big dogs were going down.
Like, when Odell went down?
Yeah. Johnson went down. Like, then Peter.
When Johnson went down, dude, people were hurting.
It's crazy how the first 4 weeks versus, like, the next 4 weeks after that were just. I mean, if your team looks the same as it did, at least with at least 8 of the same players, I'm impressed.
You're lucky.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Defense-wise, the Broncos, I mean, if they would just had a quarterback, I'd have been all right.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah, that was.
That just killed me all day. But, I don't know. We got a whole, 7 months before we got drafted again?
Yeah.
What I found funny, though, was the guy who showed up with all the notes and all the analysis completely lost.
I tanked guys for a better pick next year.
Like, okay.
A whole season? Or?
Yeah.
Like, you can tank all day, but you ain't gonna win nothing.
Yeah, that's funny. He was prepared. He brought 2 laptops, notes, iPad. I'm like,
talking about like, the rotor wire. I'm like, that's cool, bro. I got that too, but I only use it just to talk trash, man. Like,
he was ready.
Y'all got anything else before we get into these picks?
What was I gonna say? I love how both D towns of the United States both took the Super L. Like, like how the Lions couldn't beat the Bengals to keep staying in the Super Bowl hunt. Staying in the playoff hunt, which is amazing. You let a guy with and mind you, Bernard was their running back, their third string running back. Mixon and Hill were both hurt, and they still beat the Lions.
Yeah.
And Lions Lions usually are good against pressure, but wow, you let a Bengals team with no aspirations beat you.
Who doesn't even have a head coach right now?
Doesn't really have anybody.
Yeah.
Don't they have a head coach? They just said they're just going to fire him after the last game?
No,
or is he already fired?
They said they're going to fire him?
The dude said, I'm not coming back, essentially. I guess he knew he was going to get fired.
Yeah,
so before he got fired, he's like, yo, I'm going to quit. So you can't fire me.
Because what I thought the story I read was that they announced that they're going to fire him at the end of the season with 2 games left. Like, why not just fire him at those 2 games?
Yeah, why even say that?
Right, why say, hey, bro, you can still work, but you're fired after these last two.
I'd have tanked the shit out of those games.
Right, like fuck you, I ain't come
just
back.
right, but then you mess around and knock a team out of the playoffs, and then of course Dallas. And then
Dallas
you couldn't even score a touchdown, my man.
Dallas,
the 4
what are you
field
doing?
goals. Talking about it'll be next year. I'm gonna hear none of that.
It's always next year with Dallas.
It's
They got to
always
get
there.
rid of Jason Garrett.
They got to get rid of.
They
Des
gotta
Bryant,
get
man.
rid of Dak, man.
No. I don't think it's Dak. I don't think
Oh
it's Des
my
Bryant. I
goodness.
think it's Jason Garrett because if Jimmy Johnson was still there, and because he can actually stand up to Jerry Jones. I think Jerry Jones is the main problem, and Jason Garrett is just letting him do whatever he wants, getting in the way. If they had an actual hard-headed coach like a Bill Cowher or even a Mike Tomlin,
So
a lot of
Garrett's
that
a yes man, basically.
Yeah.
What you're trying to say.
Oh yeah, there's no
Well, I
reason
mean,
why he should have a job right now.
I mean, he's a yes man, but look who he's working for. You got to be a yes man. You go against the grain with Jerry Jones, he'll put you out. I mean, he did.
Yeah, for Jimmy Johnson.
But also, I mean, Dez is still a threat. Don't get me wrong. He gets too emotional where he loses his focus.
Yeah.
And that's his problem. Like, calm down.
I feel
Like,
like though,
damn.
early in his career, he was a lot more emotional than he is now.
But
Or maybe they just documented it more because I remember
documented more. Yeah.
you see him arguing on the sidelines with DeMarcus Ware and the coach and shit like that.
yeah, he gets real passionate about the game. But then when they pull your card and you fumble it, like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
That
you
was
do-
jacked
and then,
up right there.
you got Bailey missing 2 field goals. Like, that game could have been more clutch at the end of the stretch near the end had it been 18-21.
Yeah.
I mean, but you missing field goals and that's, that should be kind of gimmies, like it wasn't like they were far ass.
No.
So
and
it's
it's Dan Bailey. Like
it's Bailey.
This is a guy that doesn't
Yeah.
miss field goals.
And wasn't this in Dallas in a dome?
Yeah.
Like, what do you? Nah, big dog. Like, we can't say it was because of the noise. So it wasn't and then Seattle just showed up and stuffed them. And see, all those turnovers are how Seattle. Those 2 picks are in the touchdowns. Des Bryant's fumble, touchdown. Like, so. I mean,
that's the other thing. They're
what
playing
can go wrong will go wrong.
a decimated Seattle team.
A decimated team that still stuffed you and kept Zeke to
Right.
no touchdowns.
Right.
He got
After they got ran all over the week before.
by Gurley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And which means, I guess, they don't have threats at the wide receiver. Beasley hasn't been making as much noise as he was last year. Yeah. And then Williams is showing up. He's been pretty consistent this year.
Well, Bryce Butler.
Man, I ain't about that. Honestly, I'm not a fan. I'm not convinced about Dak. I'm really not. And you saw what he needs to be good. And that's why he's not
Zeke.
top. He needs a running game. He needs receivers. If you need all these things, of course, any good team's gonna need those things. But to call yourself, he's the man for the job, he's elite, he's gonna be that guy. No, because when he doesn't have anybody, he can't do anything. But then you see a lot of other quarterbacks. Huh?
That's why he played for Mississippi State.
Yeah, but you see other quarterbacks that can do a lot with no one.
Yeah.
AKA Joe Flacco.
Joe.
Mr. Backspasm.
So I'm just glad that they're out. So
Aaron Rodgers. 'Cause I can't name anybody else but Jordy Nelson on that team.
Right, it should be
Randall
quiet.
Cobb.
Hey, before we get to the
what?
pick, I just thought of something.
I'm not.
Has Martellus Bennett done anything since he went to the Patriots?
No.
Because he was another one of those little backstabbing trader, kind of moves.
Sleeper.
When they won the Super Bowl, he did.
No, I'm talking about when he left this year.
Yeah, no.
Because he was like, I'm injured. I got cut, and now I'm on the Patriots.
Yeah.
But he's a sleeper, man. I think with the Patriots, man, when you play the same teams at the end of the season, in AFC championships and the divisional championships, you play these same teams. You got to bring something different they don't know, they don't see on film.
Yeah.
So it's smart to do this. Harrison, brilliant. Because they don't know. They may know what Harrison does, but in that scheme, you don't know what he's gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
The tight end, you don't know what he's gonna do. You got Gronk too. Like, you got
You're throwing
people.
45 plates at you from the stands.
Throwing like 50 pounds
Right.
sandbags
I'm
for
just saying,
volleyball.
it's smart to bring these players that they don't really know what they were gonna do in your system versus guys that you've seen all year long. Film
Right.
really does make a difference, and I think it's genius. I really do.
So, jumping to these picks.
Let's get it.
They're a bunch of lame games.
Oh, this guy.
Green Bay, Detroit.
Yo, that's gonna be pack show.
Really? You know who your quarterback is, right?
Hey, it is the Detroit Lions. I'm just saying.
they did just beat the Bengals.
They did just lose the Bengals.
Oh, that's right. No, never mind. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I'll go Pack Show.
I'm
Brett
going
the Hot
Pack
Hand Hundley.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going Detroit in this one.
What?
I'm going
Hot
Detroit.
Hand, man. You should
Like, honestly, I wouldn't even play Stafford in this game.
Actually, they're not in playoffs.
Do they have
Right,
a chance
so
or
why
they're
play
just
him?
done, right?
No, they're
just-
done.
yeah.
Like, honestly, that is Hundley's just gonna be getting practicing with other receivers that he probably plays with on practice squad. On second string squad anyway. And Detroit's gonna just be like, well, we'll see what we got in our bench. Like, why even?
Well, there's 1,000 tickets left over if you want to go watch that lame game. Houston and Indianapolis. This is gonna be one boring game.
I don't think it'll be boring.
I mean, it's just gonna be DeAndre Hopkins show.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all it's gonna be.
I mean, Hopkins and Hilton. Show me the ball. That's what it's gonna be. But you're gonna prepare for next season because Houston's gonna be a force when they get Watson and Clowney, and then
and Watson comes back,
and then what's my man's the linebacker? Wow, I can't remember his name.
The one that can't stay out the roids.
Yeah. Won't he be back next year?
Yeah, I think he's already back.
Yeah. I forget his name though.
If he can stay out the roids, he'll be all right.
He'll be all right.
Chicago and Minnesota.
Oh,
Minnesota.
I want to see that defense just go ridiculously ham.
They're not. If I was Minnesota, I ain't even playing. Like, why? Like, you keep it up, you're gonna be back at that field in a couple months anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not playing anybody. I'm gonna see what's up with Bridgewater.
I mean, they got to come out. Not Bridgewater, man.
I mean, why not?
I mean, yeah, but they got to come out. I'd say at least for the first half and
all right,
lay the foundation. You know, we ain't just gonna.
All right, well that ACL monster takes Keenum out the game. Then what?
Well, Bridgewater.
You
got
talking about Bridgewater, and
all right, and then you talk about not going to the Super Bowl.
Bridgewater's got titanium in his knee now. He ain't never breaking.
Titanium.
He ain't never breaking.
All right, they ain't gonna break a playoff win either if he has to play.
Let's see. New York at New England.
There's really no. New England wants to win because they can get a home field advantage.
Yeah. So I'm taking New England this one.
Mm-hmm, yep.
Redskins at the Giants.
Redskins?
Yeah. Redskins,
I want to take Giants in this one because I don't think the Redskins' defense is back all the way, and I like the way Eli's been playing lately, and I think he's playing for a job.
He didn't get a point last game.
I'm not talking about last game. The game before that. Oh. Last game, I was asleep.
He has shown some glimpses, though. I'll give him that.
I think he's playing for that Jaguars job, so.
He needs to. Well, he got that anyway. Coughlin in the front office?
Yeah.
He's there.
Dallas at Philadelphia.
Philly's going to really try to see what's up because they need to get that scheme together before the playoffs.
Right. Definitely. It'd be good to run it because they got Zeke running, so see what they can do against a good running game.
Yeah.
Cleveland at Pittsburgh. Let me rephrase this question. How many points do you think Pittsburgh's going to put on Cleveland?
Pittsburgh's not about to play anybody this game. Pittsburgh wants to win but they're gonna win. But they want to win they need a Pittsburgh win a Patriots loss to clinch that first round. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I just want Cleveland to lose. That's really I want it to be Cleveland and Detroit. Ironically, how they're like close to each other in their connected states to be the only teams to go 0-16. I got
a better question. Do you think Josh Gordon will be back with the Cleveland Browns next year?
They're not letting him go. They stuck with him through 2 years of addiction. Are you kidding?
Like he's been suspended for like the past 2 years.
Didn't release you. You gotta be dope, bro. Like they were still paying you, and you were like in rehab. As soon as he comes back, he ain't even really conditioned. And he comes back and starts balling. How are you like? I mean, he is amazing. Like that, you better not release him. If that would be something Cleveland would do.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Now that I think about it, they would do some stupid stuff like that. So, like, no. I mean, I would hope they would not, and they would do something dumb like send them to Green Bay or something,
right?
Or send them somewhere where they already got like a top-notch quarterback. Like, send them to Atlanta so they just have Julio and Gordon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Something dumb like that.
The fighter jets.
Right, like that, man. Right, sending missiles all down the field. That'd be the worst situation. No, send them to the Rams. Sammy Watkins.
No, don't send them to the Rams. Do not send them to the Rams.
Got Gurley.
No.
Something like that.
No, do not send them.
Houston. Send them somewhere like where they can just automatically Super Bowl contender.
Right.
They're the Warriors of the NFL. You put him anywhere else. Like, don't. Oh my gosh, you just made me mad. Even thinking about that, I'm like, wow.
All right, so Carolina, Atlanta. This should be a good game.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a really good game. I'm
taking Carolina in this one.
I'm gonna take Carolina too. I don't think the Falcons are.
What?
I think Matty Ice is gonna fold again.
First off, they're playing to get into the playoffs. You really think that Atlanta's gonna lose to Carolina?
Yes.
No, I'm going Falcons.
Word.
Carolina has no pressure. They're not gonna beat them.
That's cool, but it's Cam Newton. Kansas City or Denver.
I just want to see you win.
I mean, cause if I'm Kansas City, I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
I mean, they already got the AFC West tied up.
Yeah, they already got it. They're not getting a bye, so you might as well just chill.
Yeah.
Like, why even do that?
I don't think Kansas City this one.
They're playing Paxton Lynch.
I say they play Patrick Mahomes in this game. I want to see what he does.
Not a bad idea, actually.
Jacksonville at Tennessee.
That actually has a lot of playoff contention. Actually,
like you said earlier, Jacksonville got exposed.
Yeah, and Tennessee, I mean,
and they still have Blake Bortles, so we're just waiting for him to just completely fall apart.
He started to last game.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take Tennessee on this one. I think they'll pull the upset.
Yeah.
I still just don't really like. I don't think Tennessee's really all that good.
I don't think they're that good, but I think they can pull the upset.
In this matchup, I think Jags are the better team, just overall. Not by much, but definitely the better team.
San Francisco at Los Angeles. I'm running the Jimmy G train.
I think that Jimmy G's gonna do well, but I think there's just too much power on that Rams team, man.
They can figure out how to stop Gurley. I mean,
they stopped Gurley, but Goff is. I mean, what they got? Cup. They got
They got Cup. They got. Woods,
I don't trust anybody with the name Cooper Cup.
I mean, but when you are best friends with the quarterback, y'all got
your name is Cooper Cup.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not gonna say this on the podcast. I'm just saying that I got something to say about that, but I'm not gonna say it right now.
All right, so we go ahead and pass that. Buffalo at Miami.
Buffalo needs to win this.
I don't want to even watch this game.
Buffalo's still in the hunt. They need to win this.
But this
Buffalo's not in the hunt.
Yes, they are. It's
in the AFC.
The Ravens. It's Buffalo.
I guess they are.
It's San Diego, and it's the other team we were just talking about, Titans. No, I'm sorry, not Titans. One other one.
Well, I know we were talking about this, but this shows NFL.com shows the Ravens already as a 5th seed in the wild card.
That's what
yes,
I'm saying.
there is a way they can lose.
Yeah, okay.
They can still. I think there's tiebreakers and where if two teams win and Baltimore loses and another team loses, then they both those got 5 and 6 get knocked out.
Okay.
And there's also some other like non-contending teams that also have to like win, even though they probably won't.
So you taking Buffalo?
I think the Jets have to like win against the Pats to get to
even though they're supposed to be tanking this year.
I think they're accidentally winning.
Let's see. Oakland at Los Angeles.
Chargers got to win that.
Yeah, I'm taking Chargers. Yeah. The way the Raiders showed up last week, nah. Arizona at Seattle. I want to see the Arizona win just for Larry Fitzgerald's sake, but I think Seattle's going to take it.
Seattle has to take that. Yeah. These are must-win games for some of these.
Side note, you think Larry sits down after the season?
No, I think he already signed for one more.
Did he?
No, he just still has it.
I know he does, but he's playing for the Cardinals, so they weren't doing shit.
They're not gonna trade him.
They're treating him like they treated Megatron, man. Like, it's jacked up. Like, let the man go.
But he likes to play.
He does like to play.
Megatron was like, man, this is whack.
He likes to play and he likes to make University of Phoenix commercials.
Hey, he getting paid, man.
I know he is. I ain't knocking him. I'm just saying.
I guarantee you, the moment he retires, he will be on some sports analyst show.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Without a doubt. He's very marketable.
Definitely.
Very marketable. No problems about him. Yeah.
New Orleans at Tampa Bay. We're just gonna skip this one. Cincinnati at Baltimore.
Baltimore better bring it.
Yeah, it's in Baltimore too.
Bring it.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
I mean, you got one running back, really. You got one receiver and a quarterback. That's really and a tight end.
You know what I think is going to help us out with this game is Weddle. The fact that he actually knows, like, schemes and stuff, and he knows Andy Dalton, I think is going to be an interception bowl.
Well, no, I think that Weddle,
playing that safety position,
he's good, but he's
like you said, they only have one receiver,
and he's going to be doubling on top of him the entire game.
And then all they got to do, they keep dumping it to the little short passes, and Terrell's going to go bam.
Suggs isn't faster than Croft. So no, honestly, they're gonna. If they don't double AJ, they will lose this game. I would just shadow him the entire.
I'll say this: don't forget, Baltimore has a running back now. I don't know his name, but we have one.
And Cincinnati has Burfisit. So
if he doesn't have another concussion,
Burfisit, whatever his name is,
Vicious.
Perfect.
Montez Burfict.
Vicious.
He'll probably get suspended in the pregame.
He'll probably get suspended on the way and like warm ups somehow. Right. But if they have him, that running game is going to be irrelevant. Obsolete. Nothing.
Okay, that's what the Steelers thought too. All right, so that's going to be it for this episode of Turf Show. I'm planning on changing the format of this in the new year, which is literally like 4 days from now. So
yeah.
I need to get to work. But follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitters, YouTube, Turtle Show.
Turf
Show.
So, till next time, guys.
We out.
Gone.